Here's why the Galaxy S26 Ultra's camera update matters, but won't win it the King's crown. Samsung undoubtedly wants to come up with the finest photography phone, but can this goal become reality? When it comes to camera phones, nobody should dismiss Samsung's upcoming Galaxy S26 Ultra and Galaxy Ultra phones as a whole. They've proven to be tough, potent, and capable, yet many choose to go with a phone made by another company. Is it because Samsung's Ultra flagships are too pricey for some? Yeah, money might definitely be a decisive role. For example, the Galaxy S25 Ultra, 12 gigs of RAM, 256 gig storage, the baseline model, was launched at $1,300 some months ago. Not including numerous trade-in offers or carrier-locked offers, I must say, $1,300 is a lot. A year ago, I was able to purchase a Galaxy S24 Ultra rival from China. Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 on board, same RAM and storage, plus 450MP cameras and a 1-inch sensor on its back, for about $750. I don't know about you, but a $550 difference is a lot in my book, especially if I'm not receiving a $550 difference in real-life usage. So if I was on the search for a superb camera phone right now, I'd absolutely check into the potential of acquiring the S25 Ultra. But I'd definitely pass. At the end of the day, it's not simply money. People also pay attention to hardware numbers and specs. As popular and as amazing the Galaxy series may be, the truth is that Samsung doesn't offer the most remarkable cutting-edge hardware when it comes to photography and filmmaking. Trusty leaker alleges Samsung's massive Galaxy S26 Ultra camera upgrade is reportedly confirmed. I was so sure it's a new main camera sensor that was promised. Good that I didn't open that champagne bottle though. It turns out that this significant upgrade is a new, brighter lens. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm all for brighter lenses. That's what a lens with a large aperture is called, bright. As a rule of thumb, the greater the aperture, the better. Bright lenses are always more sophisticated, more expensive, more premium. But I can't wipe away that sour taste in my mouth either. When will Samsung enter in the 1-inch sensor territory? Bigger sensors or brighter lenses? When you hear about updates to a phone's camera, most people instantly think of higher megapixels or bigger sensors. But in truth, smartphone photography is shaped by a combination of numerous things. Camera sensors on smartphones have evolved rapidly. While many flagship phones, especially from Chinese brands like Xiaomi and Oppo, have already adopted 1-inch type sensors, Samsung has stayed with smaller sensors on its Ultra range. The S24 Ultra employs the 1/1.3 ISOCELL HP2 sensor, which is expected to be used on the S25 Ultra. While a 1/1.3 sensor is undoubtedly enormous, in compared to what mid-ranges pack, it's still smaller than a 1-inch sensor. Larger sensors have evident benefits: greater low-light performance, improved dynamic range, and more natural depth of field. Features like pixel binning, which blends several pixels into one for brighter, clearer photographs, enable tiny sensors stay competitive. Autofocus systems have also evolved, with innovations like dual pixel and laser focus increasing precision. And of course, periscope lenses have become widespread for enabling long-range zoom without reducing phone thickness. Still, many feel Samsung has lost behind by not switching to a bigger sensor. In 2025, a 1-inch sensor isn't innovative. It's what I expect from Samsung in the future. That particular future is not happening in 2026, per current rumors. And while sensor size isn't everything, it's a major part of the equation, especially for a gadget billed as the best camera phone money can buy. So, what about the apertures? That takes us to lenses and apertures. The aperture, indicated by an f number like f/1.4 or f/2.2, shows you how wide the lens can open to let in light. The lower the number, the bigger the opening, and the more light that hits the sensor. A brighter, low f number lens can considerably improve photo quality, especially in low-light circumstances. It allows for faster shutter speeds and lower ISO settings, both of which assist reduce blur and noise. Again, reports claim the Galaxy S26 Ultra will receive a brighter main lens, potentially enhancing indoor and night photography compared to the f/1.7 lens on the S25 Ultra. Is there more to it than just F numbers? The predicted adjustment on the S26 Ultra is a meaningful one, but only up to a point. A great lens matters most once you've crossed a certain barrier in sensor quality. If your sensor is still relatively small, the benefits of a brighter lens are limited. For example, the same APS-C sensor paired with an f/1.4 lens will outperform the same sensor with an f/2.2 lens, especially in low light. But if you decrease the sensor too far, even the best lens can't totally compensate. So can a lens possibly be too bright? In some circumstances, yes. While a wide aperture lets in more light, it can also reduce depth of field too much, especially on larger sensors, leading to sections of the subject being out of focus. It can also cause issues with lens aberrations or softness at the corners of the frame. In the end, Samsung's decision to improve the lens rather than the sensor isn't worthless, but it feels overdue. For a phone line that touts itself as a photography king, the hardware needs to reflect that ambition. A better lens is a nice move. A bigger sensor would be a serious jump. Galaxy S26 Ultra's display upgrade has 3 advantages. The display on Samsung's next flagship phone is believed to employ a color filter on encapsulation OLED panel. Bits and bits of information about Samsung's high-end smartphones for next year are becoming exposed each new week. After last week's story concerning the Galaxy S26 Ultra's camera arrangement, a recent report shed some light on the 3 advantages the phone will acquire with its display upgrade. Earlier this year, a report indicated that the Galaxy S26 Ultra will have screen that incorporates a color filter on encapsulation OLED display. Now, trusted source Ice Universe confirms the same information. This innovative technology replaces the typical polarizer with a color filter and swaps the normal pixel definition layer with a black pixel definition layer. These structural improvements allow a color filter on encapsulation OLED screen to be thinner while simultaneously giving enhanced light transmittance and reducing the power consumption. So if the Galaxy S26 Ultra employs a color filter on encapsulation OLED panel, its screen will be slimmer and it will boast more brightness and longer battery life. 1. Thinner device. 2. Higher screen brightness. 3. Better battery life due to better panel efficiency. The tipster also claims that the Galaxy S26 Ultra will use a 3rd-generation anti-reflective coating over the display, which should make it easier to view content on the screen even in direct sunlight or around light sources, as the anti-glare coating resists glare and reflections from light sources nearby. Although the Galaxy S26 Ultra is believed to sport a 5000 mAh battery, similar to that of the Galaxy S25 Ultra, it could still wind up giving better battery life thanks to its more power-efficient display and its newer chipset. It could potentially employ a 2nm or 3nm Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 2 chip from Qualcomm. It certainly looked like the S26 series will receive some enhancements here. The Galaxy S26 Pro could have a 4300 mAh battery, 300 mAh greater than the S25 it replaces. 4300 mAh doesn't sound like a lot, but the base S25 I have presently handles 7 to 8 hours of screen time, so the S26 Pro should be even better. The S26 Ultra may raise charging to 60 watt, and I hope that means the S26 Pro will get a charging upgrade too. 60 watt would certainly be overkill on a cell this size, but 45 watt would be great. In an ideal world, Samsung would move to silicon carbon batteries so that the full S26 series could fit larger cells and charge even faster, but it looks like that is off the table for now. Samsung's Exynos-powered phones have had a rough past. My own experience with them has been rather awful, with my Exynos 990-powered S20 Ultra overheating so excessively that it fried its motherboard during a video chat. Obviously, that was an extreme scenario, but Galaxy phones with Exynos cores almost always suffer from performance and heat concerns compared to their Snapdragon equivalents. This year's D Flip 7 features an Exynos 2500 instead of the Snapdragon 8 Elite. We discovered the processor performed no faster than last year's model, which is very disappointing. It's evident the series isn't as powerful as Qualcomm's premium choice, and I'd want the very best in any Pro phone. Unsurprisingly, reports imply that the Galaxy S26 Ultra will feature a Snapdragon processor, but we don't know about the S26 Pro or Edge yet. A change to Exynos isn't out of the question. The Galaxy S24 and S24 Plus utilized Exynos CPUs in some regions of the world, but the S24 Ultra used a Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 worldwide, so there's precedent for models within the same lineup to use various chipsets. Based on my horrible history with Exynos CPUs, an Exynos S26 Pro would certainly force me to get the Ultra and cope with the size. As I am sure you can see, I am excited about the possibilities of the Galaxy S26 Pro. I love the size of the S25, but I constantly miss the better cameras on my S24 Ultra. With faster charging and swift performance, the S26 Pro could be the phone I select next year. Samsung has an opportunity to reimagine a series of phones that has felt static in recent generations. However, the S26 lineup will need more than a name change to be effective. The Pixels are more popular each year, and in the US, more people than ever are migrating to the iPhone. Whether Samsung names it a Pro or not, the S26 will need to earn its place in people's hands, including mine. Are you looking forward to seeing everything Samsung has to offer with the Galaxy S26 Pro? Is there anything you want to see Samsung add to it over the standard S25 we have now? Let us know. So, if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more exciting tech news and updates. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.